Good evening, everybody. Sorry, it's been longer than anticipated again. So I spoke on several videos a while back that my content's going to get controversial. I've been hesitant about it, but tonight's the night. Hear me out before you dismiss what I'm talking about, though. So I've been on drugs for 25 years, since I was like 15 years old, smoking weed, drinking, doing crank, which is meth, in ninth grade in the high school bathroom. I've quit for a couple 3-year periods and another 2-year period. 2 of the 3 times I quit was jail and prison. The other prison time, I didn't bother quitting. I assumed everyone knew that I was on drugs. More than one usually. I'm on at least 2 things, sometimes 3. The last 4 to 6 months, I'm finally thinking that it's time to stop. I've been having a hard time finding and getting right with God again, like I used to be. I've been making excuses for decades. So I'm feeling it's finally time to get serious about it. Plus, I'm like almost 40 years old, so I am 40. My bad. I forget sometimes. Probably because I'm high as a kite. But it's definitely time to get serious about quitting, especially the fentanyl. I've been shooting it every day for up to 10 times a day for 4 years this time. This is my second time being on it, which really makes me a retard, in my opinion. Also, used to be on heroin. That was a different time, but raw heroin. Anyway, that's why it's time for my somewhat controversial statement. I'll explain afterwards what it's about. So I'm not going to pray over it or think it or anything. Well, I am going to think it, but so I want to thank God for drugs right now. I want to thank God for drugs. The meth, fentanyl, the pills I've been hooked on for so many years. I want to thank God for these things. And the reason I want to thank God for them is because they led me to, after so many years of prison and jail and everything, and hell, they led me to Teen Challenge. So at 37 years old, I was taught who Jesus was. And over that year, over a year I was there, I went from rejecting Jesus to accepting and loving to be a follower of him. Second thing I'm thankful for drugs for, just about a little over a year ago, I was like super depressed and ended up being like suicidal, trying to talk myself into offing myself. For about a month and a half, 2 months, it was just bad. I was trying to quit and moved an hour and a half away, and it just sucked. So until I gave in and I started doing it continuously, that's when starting to do the drugs again. That's what killed my suicidal thoughts and depression so much. So I also feel that God had something to do with this. But that's it for now. I'll be back in a little bit with another one if everything goes right. Thank you guys for listening.